Thank you, Jane. Just leave it there. I'll pour.
You know, I'd do almost anything to keep Adam Chance away from here. Val is still threatening to go to Italy if he comes.
It's no longer if, it's when. But she won't go.
You think she'll stand by me?
I didn't say that. It's just that she wouldn't give Adam the satisfaction of seeing her turn tail.
Between the two of you, I have been battered into accepting that something must be done about Adam that I wouldn't normally accept.
What?
Well, you know what it is. You are against my buying his shares, and I have been against your buying them, right?
And now you're not against my buying them?
To quote your wife's favorite expression, I didn't say that. No, I'm prepared to accept Barbara's earlier suggestion that we buy his shares jointly and split them up between us.
I take it you're in favor, since it was your suggestion?
Oh, yes, of course. But what about Jill? She, of all people, least wants him here.
Oh, she no doubt want a proportional division according to current holdings rather than a straightforward quartering.
Well, that's a fine example of boardroom gobbledygook.
He means Jill would get more of Adam's shares than you, I, or he would.
Listen, I haven't got a head for figures,
Well, if you haven't got a head for figures, stop interrupting. Look, David, get his shares, then let's argue.
Well, that's what I said in the first place. My original advice. I just don't understand why it wasn't taken instantly.
Then you've no objection?
None whatsoever.
You have the most objectionable way of saying none whatsoever. Well, what do you say, David?
I'm in favor of getting Adam Chance out at all costs.
Good. Right, then. Here is his telephone number in Cyprus.
Why don't you do the deal?
After last night, I lose my temper at the mere sound of his voice.
What if he asks for the moon?
I'm prepared to pay any price demanded. But speak to him as chairman of the board. Then you needn't fear that I'd say the shares were all mine once we'd got them. I would merely have funded the board in general. In this I trust you, David. Just for once, trust me. This isn't a business dodge. I'm trying to keep my marriage together.
Yes, I think I trust him, David.
All right. When I've had my tea.
What your gallant husband means is that he fears Chance will give him as much stick over the phone as he gave me last night, and he doesn't want anyone here to see it.
Well, while you're pussyfooting in here, I think I'll attend the peace mission.
Peace?
Well, somebody has to smooth things over with Oliver Banks and Sharon Metcalfe because of your atrocious behavior last night. Well,
oh, thank you. What's the problem? You lost something?
Last month's invoices.
Yeah, well, they should be in the top filing cabinet.
Darling, I know where they should be, but in this mess, they're not. Oh, God.
Urgent.
Crossley's choose now to query a bill. We're talking about peanuts, but I'm supposed to have the figures to quote.
Don't talk to me about figures.
Huh?
I've got them up to here.
What are you on about?
Well, Trina's suing me for some maintenance, and they want to know my earnings. Exact.
Is that a problem?
Overtime and everything.
It's on your pay slips.
Oh, who keeps those?
Prudent people. Are you handling this yourself?
Well, trying to.
Don't you think it might call for a bit of legal expertise?
Of course.
It might save you money in the long run.
Yeah, that's what Kat said. She said I should get someone.
What about your mate, Greg Collins?
No, he's split. No tabs in him.
Like the Crossley accounts?
Do you know anyone?
Not my line of country, look. Oh, yes, of course I do. What am I talking about? Morelander.
Ooh. He's into the kind of heavy criminal stuff?
They cover a wide field, Mac. Look, give him a ring and tell him I told you to, right? Now, his phone number's in the phone book, which is in the third tray on the trestle table against the far wall, I think.
Terrific.
Eureka!
does that mean the bar porter's run over?
No, it means Crossleys can't do their sums and we can. Hi.
Goodness, what a shambles.
That is an understatement.
Bit like last night. Our little get-together wasn't exactly what you might call smooth.
Well, we survived. Thanks, anyhow.
We should have made it the four of us. David didn't think. Mind you, it's not easy to predict Valerie's mood.
Well, Adam's return seems to have touched a few nerve ends, yeah?
Your turn for the understatement.
It's they did have something going then.
Fleeting. At least I believe fleetingly.
But you never know with Valerie.
And that's a complication we don't need. It's bad enough on a business level, let alone bringing in emotions.
Familiar territory.
Oh, Adam, you got my letter about the date of the annual general meeting. Yes, what I want to discuss is something not on the agenda. It concerns the actual share structure of the company. Yeah, well, I'm sure you'll agree it's rather unsatisfactory. It's a mass of percentages, fractions of percentages. It all makes voting very hard to quantify. But the board's opinion in general is that it would rationalize the whole thing if a minority shareholder were to accept an offer for his shares. Yes, the minority shareholder in mind is you. Yes, well, if you didn't react quite so impulsively, you might give me a chance to tell you just how advantageous it would be to you were you to accept. Now, not only is the board willing to offer you the par value of your shares, but the yield for 5 years on top. If you weren't to interrupt, it would enable me to say that the yield would be doubled. And that would result in a total sum. All right. Yes, let's hear what you think you ought to be paid. Well, you must have some idea what you think your shares are worth. What? Come on, Ad.
Here, let me. Adam Chance, Valerie Pollard. You're a fool. Those shares, yeah. We're offering you something that, well, they'll never be worth. So why don't you accept it? Yes, it's a very simple, straightforward explanation for the board's generosity. You are not welcome at this motel. Nobody wants you here. So if you're stupid enough to turn up for the annual general meeting, you will be, how shall I put it, trampled upon. That's the way to deal with Adam Chance.
Till you did that, there was some hope of negotiation. Now you've declared open warfare.
Well, I have got my copy right in front of me, Mr. Crossley, and the total is definitely £19.22. Yes, well, I don't see how your top copy can differ from my carbon. Now, do you want me to send you a new statement, or are you just going to take my word? Thank you. I'll be very pleased to receive that. Goodbye.
Who was that?
Not Professor Einstein. Isn't it amazing how everything on my copy is as clear as daylight, but on his, the 6s are 7s and the 7s are something else?
Why not put it back in the file and say thank you and good night?
You jest.
Call it a day.
I can't.
No such word.
Have you got any idea how far behind all this mess puts me?
There's always tomorrow. And I can think of at least one hungry fellow who's waiting to be fed.
Charming. Leave all this and slave over a hot stove.
We could have a meal out.
After last night, we eat in for the rest of our lives. You will have to settle for instant chicken Kiev and instant frozen vegetables.
Instant anything would be absolutely fine.
The workers, Mr. Banks, please remember the workers.
Time to pack up and go home.
No, honestly.
Orders from the top.
Oh, if you say so.
Oh, I nearly forgot. A little something to brighten your day.
Not another present.
Not exactly, no. What do you think of that?
Woo-hoo. Very impressive.
Have a look at the show flat.
The show flat. Oh. Is it as lovely as it looks?
Every bit.
Shouldn't have any problem in flogging it then, should you?
Oh, it's sold already.
Clever man. I don't see how that brightens up my day.
Sold to me. It's where we're going to live.
Yes, thank you. No, forget it. Thanks. Mr. Adam Chance does not wish to accept a person-to-person phone call from Mr. David Hunter or anyone else at the Crossroads Motel.
You see? I scared him off.
What you've done is antagonize him. Next thing we'll hear of him will be his footsteps coming into here.
Well, how much did he sell for? Don't tell me he refused to sell.
Flatly.
How could you possibly have muffed it? I gave you what amounted to an open check.
He wouldn't even name his own price.
I don't understand, Jay. You said it was flat broke.
Richard Lloyd told me he was broke. Not only broke, but heavily in debt.
Well, then why didn't he jump at David's offer?
Oh, possibly because he was too broke. Richard warned me about that. You see, his only toehold in the future are the shares that he has in Crossroads. He'll hang on to those till the death, or until something turns up.
Well, I hate to remind you, but something did turn up, didn't it? And you two saw to it. It couldn't help him.
Yes, I'm afraid she's right. Instead of stopping him from getting that managerial post with the London company, we should have done everything we could to help him. It's not too late, is it? I mean, that character reference that you had to fill out and about which you were so reluctant.
I filled it out, you know that.
Yes, but how exactly?
I answered every question about him honestly, which means he hasn't a hope of getting a job there, and I trust you remember that's exactly what you wanted.
Yes. Well, we'll get nowhere if we just sit about blaming each other for every damn thing that's happened.
Especially in blaming each other. You're blaming the wrong people.
What?
I'm afraid it's my fault. Well, David at least was negotiating, and then I took the telephone from him and blew the situation. Thanks for not telling. So, as I'm most at fault for Adam Chance's imminent arrival, you can forget about my going to Italy. I'll stay and see it through.
Val?
No, I'm in no mood to be reprimanded.
I was about to say that if the price of your staying has to be Adam Chance coming here, then it's one I will gladly meet, however much I dislike the man.
He's not a bad old husband sometimes, is he?
No, I'm not, am I?
It's amazing. You no sooner settle one lot and another lot arrives. Oh, God. Final demand. Oh, one for you.
Me?
The one and only. Oh, where's all this cheap gas from the North Sea?
What?
Remember when they said, yippee, cheap gas for everyone? Where's it all gone to?
Well, they have to keep parity with all the other fuels, that sort of thing.
They never said yippee that, did they?
It's from Penny.
Nice.
Sends love.
Don't believe that. It's all right.
Didn't really say. Here, read.
No.
Yeah, go on.
Hope this takes a long time to reach you, for with luck it will have to be forwarded. In case you haven't heard from Mummy, I heard from Joyce about her. She cries a lot. Is there something we can do about that? Please, Pen. Well, that's brief and to the point.
Well, does she cry a lot? Does Penny just say she does? And has she heard from Joyce, or is this just gentle stirrings? Oh, let's have a drink.
Yeah, come on, let's have a drink.
Be nice to get out of here. Oh, settle.
Oh, yes.
Well, weren't it? I mean, you did like the show place, didn't you?
Yes, lovely.
And there are shared facilities. Swimming pool, tennis courts, that sort of thing.
I was joking. When I said I wanted a swimming pool and a tennis court in a window box.
I forgot. Well, now you've got him. Cheers.
Cheers. There is one little thing, though.
Name it.
Don't know that I can run to it.
Run?
Afford it.
Oh, we're not back to that, are we?
We never got away from that.
We're not talking about rent. I've bought it. I own it. Now, are you going to say you're not going to come and live there with me?
Well, I did mention I was prepared to give up a degree of independence when I walked down an aisle and not before.
So what will you settle for?
How much did it cost?
Me or market value?
You, hard cash.
64.
32 grand is quite a millstone for me right at the moment, even if somebody would give it to me.
Look, it's down to me. It has to be. So let's not consider it.
Hang on. We are going to consider what's down to me, or you're going to live all alone in that little show flat. And for a man who likes his instant comforts, I don't think he'd settle for that. Besides, it's such a waste. Because my backstroke is an absolute delight to behold. And at tennis, I could beat you anything, love.
How'd you like it? It's really lovely. Any particular reason?
To celebrate.
Oh, why not?
Hey, have you told your dad yet?
About your hair?
No, you daft ape, but about the baby.
I haven't had a chance to get used to it myself yet. I'll ring him later on.
I wonder how he'll fancy being called Grandad, especially now.
He'll love it. But don't you put me through that again.
No, I promise. Next time we'll adopt. It'll be much easier.
Hang about next time.
Well, he's not going to be an only child. That's not fair.
I can see us ending up with half a dozen the way you're going on.
No, just 2. If it's a boy, we'll adopt a girl. Not straight away, in a year or 2. And if it's a girl...
Give us chance to breathe. Got 8.5 months to wait for this one yet.
Yeah. Be around Christmas, won't it? Or just after. Hey, what a way to start the new year, eh?
It's a sobering thought.
Oh, it's going to be marvellous.
Of course it is.
If it's a girl, I'd like to call her Kathleen Rachel.
It's nice. Katie for short. Katie Banks, I like that.
And if it's a boy, Kevin Arthur.
Ah, now there I draw the line.
Aye, Kevin's a lovely name. It's very popular.
Too popular, that's the trouble. There must be thousands of us. And as for Arthur, love, well, with all due respect...
I'd like to call him after Dad.
Well, didn't he have another name, a second name?
Yeah. Hubert.
All right. Arthur it is. But not Kevin, not unless you tag it on at the end or something.
All right. Oh, his mum hasn't even started laying
Hey, no,
the
you... No, I'll do that. Oh, I can see somebody could do with a cold beer.
Oh, you're a mate. Cheers.
Oh, dear. You do look tired. Shall I get something to eat?
Oh, there's no rush, Glenda. I seem to have lost my appetite as well.
So what's happened? Mum said you were thinking of going to see a solicitor.
Yeah, your mum gave me the name of hers. But I was talking to Sharon this afternoon, see, and she thinks I need a much sharper lawyer.
Murray Lander.
Yeah, I've made an appointment to see him tomorrow.
Great. You can't go wrong. He'll sort her out if anybody can.
Be very expensive.
So what? He'll save Mac a fortune in the end. He knows all the tricks, all the angles.
I'm not sure I want that.
Oh, come on now.
Look, Kevin, I know you want me to fight this, and you may be right, I don't know. But the way I see it is, they're my responsibility. I mean, not Trina so much, but Ben, he's my kid. I mean, if I don't look after him, oh well.
It's not very fair, is it?
No.
If you're paying for his keep and everything, she should be made to hand him over to you altogether.
Fat chance.
Unfortunately, love, the law doesn't work that way. All Mac's going to end up with, apart from a big hole in his wage packet, is the chance to see Ben, once a week? And then if Trina sticks to her side of the arrangement.
Oh, she couldn't refuse.
I know, but you know what kids are like. Always coming down with summit. Measles 1 week, summit else the next. Sorry, Mac, not well enough to come out this week.
Oh, the moment she starts that, mate, the money stops. I'm going to make that clear from the very beginning.
You won't, and you know it. You're too soft.
Kevin?
I'm sorry, Mac. You're a pushover as far as Ben's concerned. You won't see him go without just to spite Trina, and you know it. She's got you over a barrel.
Yeah, I'm in a corner. No way out.